Hey guys, welcome back to another Plan with me. This week I'm planning from May 1st to the 7th, and I'm using this PinkPlannerShop kit called Movie Night. And the reason I chose this kit for this week is because it was my best friend's birthday this week, and I don't know, this just looks like a very cute friendship kit. You'll see this double box that I'm putting down right now. It's just two girls watching movies together, and I don't know, I just thought it was really cute, and again, sort of springtime appropriate with the pinks. It's still, I guess this could be this is just an anytime kit. In my head, I'm trying to say it's a little bit of a springtime kit, but is it really? No. It's another kit about staying indoors, which is definitely not springtime. As far as this week goes, this was the week that I had my teeth cleaning, and what else happened? Celebrated my friend's birthday, and just panicked about how expensive everything is. And I wanted to get into that a little bit because the day of my teeth cleaning, I did go on a little bit of an Instagram rant, as I do. And I asked if anybody would be interested in me going into more detail in a plan with me, and the majority said yes. So here we are. Basically, at the time, I was just talking about like how frustrating it is that I pay for dental insurance, and preventative care is supposed to be free, but I still had a $25 copay, and like, why am I paying into this insurance to just pay more money? And then like, I don't need any dental work, so it just seems like a ripoff that I even have this insurance, because I asked how much a teeth cleaning is, and 2 teeth cleanings a year with like a checkup and everything would cost me like hundreds less or $100 less or something in the grand scheme of things than paying into this insurance plus the 2 $25 copays I'm going to have throughout the year. I also, fast forwarding a little bit, I just found out that, so my boss, and I'm not too mad at her because she actually gets her insurance through her husband, so she doesn't have our insurance, but she was under the impression that we get one preventative like skin check at the dermatologist free with our insurance, and we don't. It's fine, but I did have another chunky ass copay of $55, which is better than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be $80. I honestly don't understand my insurance, because my insurance card says that specialists are $80 and a primary care physician would be $40, but I had a $55 copay. I don't know, but I'm not complaining. It wasn't $80, so it's fine. But the main thing that I was getting to, and I sort of cut myself off at the time when I was talking about all this, is just where I am right now in life at 32. It's so hard. And I've been feeling this way since I turned like 24, honestly. I've been feeling this way, but it's just really slapping me in the face recently. I just really never thought this is where I was going to be in my 30s financially. Really in any way. And nothing ends up being what you expected, but like, I'm basically making what I would have made right out of college if I had not had such bad anxiety. I've talked about this a couple times in the past, but the gist of it is I couldn't make it through a phone interview. I couldn't make it to an in-person interview without having an anxiety attack, and I missed out on a lot of jobs that I qualified for that paid the same, if not more, than what I'm making now. So that's just really frustrating. And then even going farther back, I had no idea what I was doing when I was in high school. I just thought you get A's and then you go to college and then you get a job. I didn't know like I needed to pick a specific type of major. I picked my major based on the fact that I didn't feel like taking math classes anymore. And it's funny because now I wish I had gone to school for accounting, because that's the job that I would like to have now. But at the time, all I was worried about was not having homework, because math homework you can't just do last minute. You actually have to do it. And yeah, I have so many regrets. Everybody, you're not supposed to live. I have so much regret. I regret not just making an art portfolio when my teachers told me to, so that I could have gone for at least a major I would have enjoyed, even if I was in the same financial situation I'm in now, which isn't dire. It's fine. I'm doing well, and I've actually saved much more this year than I thought I had. I just went through my expenses for the last 6 months, and I've done really well. So I'm just a worrier in general, but I was, 16, 17, 18 and didn't feel like making an art portfolio, and I should have. That's one of my biggest regrets ever, because I wish I had gone to school for something that I enjoyed, or something that would have made my life easier now. But we didn't do that. We just last minute picked a major because it was the deadline, and it was the only major that didn't require any more math classes. That is literally how I made all of my educational decisions, and now I am where I am, and I hate myself for it. And just the cherry on top of this Sunday is I found out that so my company is right now, we are hiring an intern, and the intern, I'm salary and the intern won't be, but I've done the math, and the intern will be making exactly the same as I do. So a junior in college will be making the same amount as I do. And yes, to be fair, it is an engineering internship, but still that's a slap to the face, because my boss expects me to live off of this wage, and it's what you're paying a college kid. I just think, open your eyes a little bit. Rent is fucking insane. And I've been to my boss's place now. She lives in a fucking mansion in the sky. And I get it. She's the CEO. Of course, she's, living lavishly. I don't expect to get paid anywhere near her, but I expect to get paid more than a 20-year-old kid, just saying. And I know that it's not based on age, it's based on your skills and yada, yada, blah, 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 but I'm sure a lot of you completely understand where I'm coming from. And just the fact that I graduated college a billion years ago and was getting job offers for job interviews for jobs that paid what I'm making now is just the economy's bullshit. But anyway, I think that's all I really wanted to say about that. Feel free to leave any questions in the comments or commiserate with me, please. I love hearing that I'm not the only idiot who didn't have any guidance as far as picking a major and figuring out my life. I just really did it all on my own, and I hate all the choices I made. But yeah, anyway, moving on to the rest of the video and the plans. Starting with Monday, I worked from home this day. On Sunday, my boss had just sent me a text saying she needed the office to prepare for something, and she said I could either work out in the co-working space, or I could just come in the office a different day. And so I opted to work from home this day. And then I marked, do I have a brain tumor? I don't. I know I don't. But I guess it's stress related, but my right eye had been twitching for about a month straight at this point. And I'm not talking about 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I'm talking about every minute my eye would twitch, sometimes 10 seconds. Every 10 seconds for a while, my eye was twitching. It just wouldn't stop. And I was really nervous because online it says if your eye twitches for more than 2 weeks, you have to go to the doctor. And I was pushing a month. So but it ended up stopping before I was able to find a primary care physician. So I think I'm fine. And now I've noticed that it happens. It's actually happened a couple times when my boyfriend has said something stressful to me. So I definitely think it's stress related. And I also heard it can happen from exercise. And I've noticed a couple times it's happened while I'm working out. So I'm not too worried about it anymore, but I think it's kind of hilarious. He'll be like, oh, maybe we should go visit this person. And my eye will twitch because I'm like, nope, I don't want to do that. Then I decided to take a nap on my break. I was going to do a workout, but I could tell this wasn't even me being lazy. My body needed the rest. I was feeling very weak, very overwhelmed. So I did myself a favor and took a nap. Then after work, I just worked on my puzzle and watched The Handmaid's Tale. And then I read before bed. Unfortunately, I didn't get a very good night's sleep because the cats were going absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Oh, and I just heard the cat drop my spoon on the ground. So there you go. Moving on to Tuesday, the first thing I marked was that I worked. And then I was just really freaking out because I was looking at prices of studio apartments in my area and in other areas, and they are ridiculous. It's really, really stressing me out because there's a 99% chance I have to move in September, and I'm not moving in with a stranger, and there's nobody I know who's looking for a roommate. So it's either me, myself, and I on a very strict budget. That's another reason I'm being insane about money lately. Like, I've always been cheap and I've always loved to deal, but I know that there's a really good chance that I have to pay like full rent and utilities in a couple months, and I'm not trying to be stupid about it. So yeah, things are not cheap right now is the moral of the story. Then I did a run and just like a 10-minute chest workout on top of the run. And then I was just marking that my eye was twitching like crazy this day. It was nonstop all day. It was crazy. I really thought there was something wrong with me for a minute. I tried chickpea pasta for the first time, and I'm definitely not a fan. I choked down all of it at this point. I've finished the box. I will not be repurchasing. It is disgusting to me. And then again, I worked on my puzzle and watched The Handmaid's Tale, and then I edited a monthly plan with me that I never posted. So in my last plan with me, I said that I had like scrapped a monthly. I must have done something else. I don't know. I'm getting myself confused. This is why it's good to be all caught up, because then you're not trying to think back a month. Moving on to Wednesday, the first thing I marked was that I walked to work, which I've mentioned I've been loving because I'm able to listen to my audiobooks, and the walk is shorter from my place, so it's doable to walk to work and back, minus the heavy-ass laptop on my back. I returned some sneakers that I had purchased in 2 different sizes and hated both of them, so those went back. And then I just marked that I actually got like clocked in at work at 7:40, and that's after walking there. So yeah, and the day was just dragging this day, and I was just feeling really exhausted. So it was just a long, long day in the office. And I believe my boss was there as well, so I can't even put any like music on or anything like that to distract myself from the fact that I'm wasting away at a desk. So that definitely adds to the length of my shift in my head. I treated myself to Chipotle and then walked home. I was thinking about having it delivered so that I wouldn't have to carry it all the way home, but it was double the price. Double. Absolutely not. I will walk and just carry it. So then I walked home, and when I got home, I worked a little bit on my puzzle, and then I read. And once again, the cats were so annoying. They go through phases. Like for a couple months there, Brad was being really good and just sleeping on the end of my bed with Janet, but lately he comes in at around like 1 a.m. and she'll be sleeping on my bed or on the floor, and he will start a fight with her, and then they are playing the rest of the night. Like he wakes her up. He's a troublemaker, but yeah, so this week, and if you're wondering why I don't sleep with my door closed, it's because number one, my room doesn't get good AC or heat. So having the rest of the air from the apartment, or the air from the rest of the apartment, sort of filter into my room helps with that. And also Janet will scream if I don't let her in, because this is her room too. Moving on to Thursday, the first thing I marked was that I did some laundry. I then had my dentist appointment at 2 p.m. and it was sort of a rough one, I'm not gonna lie. The dentist did my cleaning and he was wearing gloves, obviously, as all dentists do, but still, when he was looking at my teeth and like scraping my teeth, his fingernail sliced into my bottom gum, and my gums were swollen and bloody, and in so much pain for a full week. It didn't heal for a week, so that sucked. And then when I was leaving, their credit card system was down, and I don't pay cash. And again, I wasn't expecting a fucking copay because it's a cleaning, but whatever. I'm sure that's more common than I realize, but like, I still need to call my insurance company, because under like the no copayment preventative care, cleaning is listed, so I don't know what that's about. But anyway, So she's trying to do this and they're very nice. They're very nice there. But she's trying to run my credit card for no joke, like 15 minutes. And it wouldn't even bother me that much, except for every minute of work I'm missing at this dentist appointment, I have to make up and I have to stay late. So I am dying to go. And finally she said, you know what, just pay it next time. So I waited. That's very sweet of her to finally let me go. But at the same time, like I waited for nothing. I could have left 15 minutes ago. And then also I live north of Center City and my dentist appointment is south of Center City. So even though it's a straight shot there, I have to drive through Center City past City Hall, and it is hell in the middle of the day. So there was just so much traffic. And even though the dentist is like 15 minutes away, I think all in all it was like 2.5 hours. And I only get a half hour for lunch. So that was 2 hours of work I had to make up. So I marked that I stayed late to make up my time. Then I did a legs workout. I was planning on doing a run this day, but I was just too exhausted. So I did legs. And then Joe came over and we just watched some reality TV and he brought some snacks over because I was very much lacking in junk food. I think the only thing I had at the time was like some microwavable popcorn. And and he brought microwavable popcorn. We ended up making his because it was going to expire. And then I read. Moving on to Friday, the first thing I marked was I had work and I was just dying of boredom. I was just so bored this week. Like my job is boring, but every once in a while I'll have like a busier day and that helps. But when I just have calls to make, it's very repetitive, mundane, and excruciatingly boring. I did an upper body workout this day, and then after work I did a voiceover and I did the litter. I also managed to nap for a few minutes. I really, really needed it. And then Joe and I had plans to go to New Jersey, and I marked New Jersey toll trip because we were going on the Ben Franklin and coming back it's $5. So when we do that, we like try to make it worth it. And I actually used to have to take that bridge every single day to work. Every single day I went to work, it cost me $5. But we made it worth our while, and we ran a ton of errands in the area because Cherry Hill has like everything and more that you need. So if you are there early enough, you can like make it worth the $5. Then we went to Dairy Queen again because we both had a buy one get one free Blizzard coupon, and we had used his the previous week or mine or whatever, and we wanted to use the other one. And I have just really been craving ice cream like nobody's business recently, so had to do it. Then skip ahead if you don't like sad things about animals, but when we got back, we were walking from the car to his apartment, and he saw that there was a little baby bird on the sidewalk, and it was like baby, like didn't have its eyes open, and it was really, really cold this night too, and so I was freaking out because it was like sort of stumbling around, and he lives in like a college party area. So there's tons of like students just traipsing around, and the thought of this little baby bird getting crushed like made me want to throw up. So we looked it up, and we sort of like, it said if it's in the middle of a sidewalk to move it into some shrubbery. And this is Philly. There wasn't a ton of shrubbery, but there was a little bit. So we moved it over there, and then it also said that the bird would not make it if it was cold. So we did our best. We filled like an old sock with rice and microwaved it and tried to make it a little heating pad. But it was really cold out. So and I know like baby birds die every spring. Like I see them all the time. It's really sad. But when one's alive, I want to do whatever I can to like, yeah. Anyway, so that really sucked. And then we watched SNL. So yeah, that was Friday. Moving on to Saturday, the first thing I marked was that I had to move my car in the morning. When we got back, there was absolutely no parking, so we had to park in 2-hour parking, and so once it hits 10 a.m., you get a ticket. So I had to wake up before 10 a.m. and move my car. And then I was just feeling really annoyed about my gums. Like my mouth hurt so badly, and it wasn't even the teeth cleaning. It was his fingernails stabbing into my gums. So that sucks. I read a little bit this morning, and then I decided to put on makeup even though we weren't really doing anything, just to make myself feel better about myself. I've been wearing makeup more often just because we're finally doing things again. But yeah, this day I just put it on for myself. Then we walked around and ran some errands that way, like going to CVS to pick up prescriptions, dropping off a package, yada, yada. And then we had to do some car shit, and boy, do I hate doing car shit. And I am still like, I need to get rid of that one car, and we have to take it to get cleaned so I can finally post the pictures on Craigslist. But I don't know when we're going to do it because I'm busy Monday through Friday working, and then we have plans every single weekend for the next like month and a half. So it's going to be rough, but it has to happen. So it's on me. I'm going to have to figure it out. Then we got pizza from this place called Ed's Pizza. It's okay. I've had it before. It's just not my favorite, but I told him I'd try it again. And then we watched Blades of Glory, which I've seen quite a few times. It's such a stupid movie, but I was just like in the mood. You know, when you're in the mood to just rewatch something easy. That's what I wanted to do. Moving on to Sunday, no surprise. We started our day in a bad mood. I did Joe's dishes just because he's been helping me with my car. So, and also I was like feeling a little overwhelmed, and having a cleaner space always helps. So I did his dishes. Then I got ready because we were celebrating my friend's birthday this day. So I marked that. I finally got to use these deco stickers that I've had, like, no joke, probably 8 or 9 years at this point. Like, I've had these for so long. They're from Etsy, but like way back in the day. And I'm running out of the smaller makeup stickers, and I'm just left with these like big pieces, and they're hard to use, but I think I like the way I used it. I don't think it looks too terrible. We finally tried this indoor mini golf place that is literally a block from our apartment. We've been living here for a million years, and I've never gone to this place. So they have sort of like weird fusion food. My food kind of sucked. I didn't really like it. I got like a veggie burger, but it was very like, it wasn't American enough for me. I love like foreign foods, but not a burger. It was just, the spices were a little too odd for my liking, but we still had such a good time. We got some very expensive drinks, but it's fine. I treated myself. And then we played mini golf. It was sort of a ripoff because it was only a 9-course hole, and they definitely had space for 18 holes, but that's okay. We still had a good time. And then when Joe and I went back to his place, because even though I, live right near the, I think I went back with him just because all my stuff was still at his place. So I went back to his place. We watched Love Island, and then I was up all night because that's also just how Sunday goes. But yeah, that's everything for this week. Let me know what you think. Feel free to leave any questions, comments, concerns down below. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.